There are two important things that you need to know about the people who work in HR at your company. The first important thing to know is that the vast majority of people who work in HR officers, HR managers, and so forth, do not know a whole lot about employment law, and specifically California employment laws. I've met way too many HR professionals who've been in the industry for 5 years, for 10 years, or for 20 years, or even longer, and they did not have even a basic idea about employee disability rights, anti-discrimination rights, anti-retaliation laws, and many other important things. And just because they've been around for 30 years, and just because they've been working in human resources for 30 years, doesn't mean that they've acquired sufficient knowledge to address certain issues, and it certainly doesn't mean that they kept up to date with the new laws that are regularly being passed. So why is this something that's important to know? Well, this is something that's very important to know for both employees and managers, employees and employers, employees and owners of companies. Because if you're an employee and you have an issue and you come to HR for help, they might not have the best solution for you because they simply don't know the law. They don't know your rights, they don't know your obligations, and they also don't know the employer's rights and obligations. So therefore, even if you're the manager, if you're a VP, or if you're even the owner of your company and you come to HR for guidance on how to handle a certain situation with one of your employees, you might also not get the best advice from your HR people. I believe that HR is a very important job, and I'm very well aware of the bad reputation that HR departments and HR people have. They're known not to know a lot, they're known for not handling situations very well, and I believe that the field of HR is very important in pretty much every workplace. The problem is that people who end up working in HR department often don't have even the basic idea of some of the most important laws that they should know about in order to effectively handle the most common situations at work that involve discrimination, retaliation, harassment, investigations, workplace injuries, disability rights, and so forth. Therefore, whether you're an employee or an employer, it's a very good idea for you to run whatever problem you have, whatever situation you have, by an experienced, trusted employment attorney who's going to evaluate a situation as a whole, who's going to consider all the unique facts and circumstances of your situation and give you the best advice possible for that situation. The second important thing that you need to know about HR, especially if you're an employee and not a manager, is that HR people are employees just like you. They're paid by the employer. They're paid by the company just like you. So if you expect them to protect you and to fight for you and against the employer just because you believe that being in HR means caring about equality, caring about worker rights, you might be disappointed, because people who work in HR, they report to the same people who you report to. Eventually they report to upper management. Upper management can discipline them and terminate them just as easily as they can do the same to you. Whether it would be legal or not is a different story. It would depend on a particular situation, but people who work in HR, they're employees of the same company. They usually look out first and foremost for their own interest and for the interests of the company, because that's what they're hired for. That's what they're paid for. So keep in mind these two things about HR, and it will help you not be misled in different situations that you encounter that you would like HR to address. Thank you.